Hey, you guys, welcome to my show, QT with Erin J, short for Quarantine Time with Erin J. So, we are focusing on rebuilding right now in the wake of this isolation, you guys. Pour some positive energy into the air. So, I want to introduce my guest for today's show. Um, she is a professional licensed nail stylist and nail educator from Chicago, Illinois, who now resides in North Dallas. She has over 10 years of experience in the beauty industry and is a certified medical nail stylist specializing in aesthetic foot care and for those with autoimmune diseases and advanced manicuring. And she's the owner of Painted Polish Nail Studio, which was launched in 2016. So, you guys, please welcome Jeanita Spikes. Let me bring her on in, you guys. Hi.
Hello. Thank you, Erin.
Yes, cool. Very impressive. Very impressive. You guys, I met her. Was it? It was cold. Was it
Yes, it
at
was
the?
cold.
I remember that it was at the Dallas Business Lounge. Shout
Yes.
out to the Dallas Business Lounge not too long ago, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is really cool." I like her business. I like the setup about it. So like, how are you personally with this quarantine thing going on?
Yes.
Just how are you?
Everybody just take a deep breath. It's what I've been on. Like taking one day at a time, taking a deep breath, just like, because so much news is coming at me, left and right. I got clients that are sending me messages. I got family that are sending me messages. I got,
Mm-hmm.
just information overload. So I've been doing my best to put my phone down,
Right.
so that way I can just stay focused with what's most important. And then that's, to me, that's making sure that I'm good and taking care of my little ones, because me and my husband, we have two little ones. So
Okay. Oh, how old are they?
we have a 5-year-old going on 55, and then we have a 1-year-old, almost 2-year-old son. So the
Oh
first one is
wow.
a girl, the other one is a son. It's our son.
Oh, I know it's like pretty busy around there right
Yes,
now.
yes.
Yes.
We're trying to come up with all the ideas to keep a 5-year-old and almost 2-year-old entertained. It's really, really
Right.
chaotic, but
Yes, my
I'm
nieces are 6 and 7. They're texting me during the day. Hey, TT. Hey, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm still at work.
right,
But my
right.
sister is like, she has to plan out blocks and things of that sort for them to do stuff. So I'm pretty sure it's like difficult
Yes,
with all that. So
yes. But we keep it going, girl. I'm grateful.
yes, I commend you for that. So, you've been at this since you were 13 years old. What sparked your interest in this field?
Okay, so I went to go and get a manicure, my first manicure, and my mom was not the mom that was like, get whatever you want. She was like, no, keep it neutral. She's still young,
Yeah.
she'll have enough time for that. And so my cousin took me for my eighth grade graduation in Chicago. We have eighth grade graduations. I hear it's not a thing everywhere, but we did. And so she took me, went to go get my manicure, and I was just amazed. All the colors, all the people. I
Mm-hmm.
was like, whoa, it just excited me. And then just to see the process and the outcome, I was like, maybe I can do this. I actually was like, I know I can do this, and I did.
That's cool. That's really cool. I saw that you are is that a L'Oreal SE educator. Can you explain what that is?
Of course, yeah. So for 5 years, I was blessed with the opportunity to educate for L'Oreal Essie. It's the polished brand. You normally see it in like your drugstores or your
Oh,
Target.
yes,
Yes,
I love Essie.
yes,
Okay,
gorgeous
yes.
colors. Well, they actually gave me, like, me, one of a lot of people, it was about 30 of us on the team, an opportunity to first get trained on how to educate, how to teach people about our industry. And then the second thing is to go out and actually do it. So I actually got the opportunity to travel with them and go and represent them and represent their brand as an educator for them. But I just gleaned so much on how the bigger brands do things, the standard, how things should be looking, everything should be clean. And I was able to transfer that over into my own personal career when I got behind the chair with my clients day to day. So it was really, really good. And I currently, since I no longer am educator for Essie, I currently just transitioned over to my own personal nail academy, so to speak. And that's what I do. I go into cosmetology schools. I reach out to nail technicians that are new, that are looking for mentorship. That's what I do. And
that is so cool. And Etsy has really good marketing. Their ads are like really good. So
yes.
I always pay attention to ads and stuff like that. And there's always check out theirs and OPI. So
Yes.
kudos to that. And those transferable skills do work when you take that from like working somewhere and put it into your own. So that's pretty cool. So tell me the story behind Painted Polish. I love the name, by the way.
Awesome. Thank you.
How did it come to be when you just said, you know what, this is the time? Because one thing I always like to kind of put out to people on my platform is I would like for him to hear the backstory.
Yes.
And so they can say, I can do that. Oh, wow, that was cool. Did you know that she did this too? Or she tried this first? So enlighten us.
Okay, so I was new to the DFW area, like you read, and then I was just coming off of maternity leave. My husband and I had just had our daughter, and I stayed home for about a year, not working, not doing any nails or anything, and so actually a little bit over that. And so I just was just ready. I always believe I think at a certain point, kids need their people, and then the adults need their people. So I was just ready to go back to work. And I was like, you know what? You have this skill set. You're still passionate about it. Let's see how you can use it out here in DFW. And so the first thing is I didn't even try to build my own clientele. I actually went to go work for a few salons in the area. And that just kind of let me see what the pulse was here, kind of what the demand is, and kind of get back used to working. You know?
That was smart.
And then I stayed working for this one particular salon, and in about 6 months, I was able to build my clientele. Now, that was not just me just sitting there twiddling my thumbs. It was very hard work, but conveniently, this salon was located in a Kroger's parking lot. So if you can imagine, a Kroger's parking lot is going to be extremely busy.
Right.
It was right off of the expressway. So people was not an issue. You know, having access to people was not an issue. It was just really me having grit and going after it and saying, this is what I want to do. And so I've had many times before in my career that I've had to start and start over and then start over, so I knew what it took to build a clientele. I just went out and did it. In 6 months, I was able to build my business. And then from there, just kept growing. I left that salon because I wanted a more spa atmosphere. I always like to create an atmosphere for my clients that are kind of like a getaway type of thing. And so being independent, kind of helped me with that. So that was when suites became a thing too, around that same time. And so I was able to get a suite and just kept building. And then social media was a huge thing. I learned it. I was aware of it because I'm a tech person, so to speak. And so I just hopped on in, and that's how I was able to grow the business. And another thing too is people were so kind. That was really, really a grateful asset, especially while I was building, because I didn't know anybody.
Right.
So it was a blessing for people to be so kind and generous. They would share my posts. They would, tag me in groups, and they would just send their friends. And, people were just ecstatic at the fact that I am a Black woman and I do nails. And, a lot of people were just like, I've been looking for that. I don't know where you've been. And so from that charge came more and more clientele. So that kind of is the spiel.
That's pretty good. I mean, and so how did it feel when you was just like, okay, this is me? I always
Mhm.
ask everybody that, like, that big jump is just
Yeah.
you. This is day one.
Yes. I personally felt like my past experiences in life, propelled that moment, right? Because like I said, I've started and stopped before. I'm from Chicago, but I've lived in Tulsa, Oklahoma before. And then from Tulsa, we came to Dallas. So I've had that start and stop. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, I always like to tell people it's a decision. At the end of the day, it's a decision, and it just boils down to who's going to make the decision to go after what it is that they know that their purpose to do.
Right.
Because there were several times where I was just like, girl, what you doing? You have a new
I had those
baby.
moments.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
like,
so.
yeah.
But at the same time, then I also, while you have the obstacles, then you also have the people, like I said, that were supporting and saying, hey, we want this, we desire it. So the market was ready for what I had to bring, and it was showing in my reviews, it was showing in retaining clients, it was showing in them just referring other people, and it was showing.
Yeah.
So that kind of helped me keep going,
Keep
even though.
going. All
Yeah.
right. All right.
Yeah.
I like it. So what type of services do you offer?
Okay, so the first thing that I offer is what's called liquid gel. Liquid
Mm-hmm.
gel is basically, it gives you the same strength and durability as an acrylic would, but it's a little bit more flexible and pliable. Some people get this confused with gel polish. It's not gel polish.
Oh,
It's
that's what I.
actually,
Okay.
yeah, it's actually a strengthener, and I actually have it right here, so I can show you. Have some props. Um, it's basically like it's in this jar, and it's
Uh-huh.
like a thick substance. And you use a brush to apply it on. And basically, I like it because there's no smell. Oftentimes, when, like I said, I'm trying to have a spa-like environment, I don't want to have to worry about smells and different things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature kind of getting into the atmosphere. And so that's why I kind of took acrylic off my menu, and it's like the best of both worlds. It's going to give me the strength, and it's going to give me the durability. If clients want their nails longer, I can do them with that as well. So I do that. I specialize in that. Gel manicures, advanced manicuring. So my clients come in every 3+ weeks. Their gel manicures last 3+ weeks with no, issues or lifting or anything of that nature. And then my third specialty is the medical pedicure. So working with clients who have that autoimmune diseases such as diabetics, heart condition patients, prenatal care patients, cancer patients. I work alongside, I've gotten trained through a podiatrist to teach me on how to care for those type of customers on the aesthetic side. So I don't do surgeries or anything of that nature. I'm basically making sure you don't have to worry about, getting your foot amputated, because I'm caring for the toenails and making sure that everything is good. And those type of people, they have to be cautious. They just can't go to any old nail salon because of what they have going on the inside. So we're making sure
Okay.
that we keep everything sanitized, clean. I have an autoclave. I only use one file, one buffer every time, you come, and every time you leave, it gets thrown away and a new one is used on the next time. Just keeping things clean for people and making sure that they get the hand and foot care they deserve.
You guys, y'all heard that.
Yes.
Germ free.
Yes. We don't play around these parts.
Right. Right. Okay. That's really, really cool. I
Yes.
like that. I do had a question about, like, the gel nail polish or something, like, okay, because like when the nail grows long, and what makes the nail weak underneath the nail sometimes, like when you take it off and you just like, oh, I'm just gonna give them a braid. What makes it weak?
Yes. So oftentimes, which is what I like to educate my clients on, it is definitely about how the tools are used. So if you are your nail plate is being overly filed, if you're feeling burning sensations like continuously, it's hurt to touch, those type of things, that's not what it's supposed to be like. Okay,
Okay.
it's over filing, improperly filing, that heat sensation, overly done, that is what's thinning out your nails. So over time, it just keeps getting thinner and thinner and thinner.
Okay.
So that's one of and the technique that I use is different from a lot of traditional nail salons, and that meaning that I don't do a lot of soaking in acetone. Acetone is it can be very drying and very stripping if you continue to do that. I don't know, some people get their nails done every 2 weeks or once a month or whatever, but it's just the frequency of soaking your nails in acetone and then it being followed up with a metal implement and they're like scraping off the product and then going right after they scrape off your nail, then they're going in and filing your nail and then they applying product on there and then filing over it. Like it can be a lot. So
Yeah.
what I try to do is protect my clients' nails through the technique that I use. And I have, even though I haven't been to work in like almost 4 weeks, I have clients telling me like, look, now I do have some cases. I'm gonna keep it 100. I do have some cases, and I got some clients. I'm like, okay, 911. But there are people who are texting me like, hey, my nail is still intact. It definitely needs to be taken care of, but I'm thankful that you've been taking care of my nails and they're not weakened. So that's
Yeah.
good
Well,
to
that's
hear.
good. Okay. Okay. Thanks for that. Because I always wondered about that. So we're at home. Everybody's
Yes.
at home, and me. What are some home remedies that we could do to keep our nails and feet intact? Ah.
Yes, we have to. Yes, them feet for sure. I know we've been having some snags on the pillow, on towels, on sheets, on
Man,
everything.
I'm so
Okay, it's
I was like,
time.
I'm still gonna wear socks.
Yes, yes. So what I actually have been doing is I recently created hand and foot care kits for DFW or wherever you are, so that way people have options and access. What I've been hearing is that a lot of people, they've been ordering stuff, but it's like backdated. You can't get it because people are not doing a lot of shipping or it's
Right.
hard to get because a lot of places are shut down.
We're gonna do a share
So
screen too while you're talking about your nail kits.
okay, perfect. So yeah, so I created these nail kits. It's basically as simple can be as it to deal with what's in them. I put
I have one here, 2 files,
yes, I put 2 files, I put two
2 buffers,
buffers.
two
Yes, I put
cuticle pushers, and cuticle oil pen. I don't even know what that is.
yes.
What is that?
Yes, so a cuticle oil pen is cuticle oil basically, but
Uh-huh.
it's inside of a little tube, and if you go to another one, you'll be able to see it. Go to the one down right there,
Oh,
down.
right here.
Yes, go right there.
Oh, okay.
So that's the first one right there. That's the cuticle oil pen, and it's basically so it can be easy that you're able to wipe around your cuticle area and kind of give the cuticle area a moisture treatment, and then you can
Oh,
use this for your feet as well. So
okay.
what I'm telling people is, let's just say you got a rough area on your nails. Take your file, make sure you shape it, and then use your cuticle oil. Put the cuticle oil on first, and then you just buff your nails, and it'll kind of give it like a refresh
Are
look,
we
so it's not snaggly and stuff like that.
okay? And oh, you guys, here's the foot kits, you guys. Two
Yes. So
files. Oh, go ahead. You want to
yes.
say it?
Okay, so it has the same thing as far as the 2 files, 2 buffers, as well as the cuticle pushers, but the difference is it's going to come with a metal foot file. Now, about this. I like to hang my hat here and tell people, please don't be at your house using cheese graters or cheese grater looking foot files. This is not going to help you make things better, okay? Using cheese grater foot files only shreds your skin. It is not going to allow it to be softened. Over time, what it does, since our body is made to heal itself, it says, oh, she's cut, let me grow back thicker to protect her. So what I have done is I'm like, look, let me get y'all these files. They have done amazing work here with my clients in the studio, especially with me working with clients who have autoimmune diseases. It softened up their heels. It gets better and better every time you use it. You don't have to overuse it, but it does the trick, and you don't have to use like a whole bunch of different products and all of that stuff. It'll do the trick. You can actually use it dry. It's better using it dry.
Oh, wow. You're educating me because I had no idea. You guys, let's check out some of these manicures. Look at this one.
Yes.
I got to show everybody my favorite one when I was going through earlier. What kind of polish is this?
So that is gel polish, but the difference is it has a matte top coat. So a lot of people don't know that you can matte any color. So as long as it's a color, you can put a matte top coat over it, and then you can just flow on with it and get whatever your favorite color matted. So instead of gloss, you got a matte.
Look at this, y'all. I love this.
Yes. So that is actually Ro, which is the owner of
Dallas Business Lounge.
Yes,
hey, Ro.
Dallas Business Lounge. Yes. So her nails are gorgeous.
They are.
She's one of the clients that I got when I first moved here, and she's always supported painted and polished. And so grateful.
Look at that, y'all.
Yes, so cute. I'm all about I have a whole bunch of professional clients. And so I want to make sure that my professional clients are able to go into the workplace and still have a little extra, pizzazz.
Oh, zing. I love this one. This is I gotta still show y'all my favorite, but I love this one. I like that. My nail is not long enough for this, but I like this.
Okay, so believe it or not, I've grown her nails from nothing to this. So anybody can grow out their nails. Don't fret. But that is called foiling. So that's just a method that I use. It's like a particular, it's through transfer paper. That's what they use.
Oh, wow. I love it. Aren't these adorable, everybody? These are so cute. Look at that.
That's for Black History Month. We have to make sure we, love on us.
Yes. Let me see, go down to my favorite. It's like, where was I? Okay. Look at this.
Yes, so that is a Pinterest inspiration. I always have clients coming in with their Pinterest pictures, and what I tell them is, look, I can take that as an inspiration, but I'm going to Jeanita-fy it.
Yes, I love the Jeanita-fy. It looks really good.
Super cute.
This is my favorite, you guys. This is a hating favorite. I got to come in there and get this when we are out of lockdown.
Right. Super cute. I love nail feast for my clients. It makes people feel like, okay, yes, I've been to St. Louis, or I'm from St. Louis. Yes, so I love it.
It is nice. Another thing about your page too, I noticed. I saw that you were having some daily inspirational.
Yes, on my stories. Yes.
Oh, yes. So right now, is much needed.
Yes.
I
only post those on my stories just because I do it on a daily basis.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where you'll find it on my story. But go ahead. What's your question?
Okay. So what made you decide to do that? I'm gonna stop sharing the screen. I don't know if it does the stories. Well, does it? I'm scared to do it.
Let's see.
Let's see if it. Oh, it does. Okay. I was like, oh my god. I didn't want to hang you up.
Yes.
Look at that, you guys. Let's see. Oh, I can't read fast. Let's try the other one. Don't overwhelm yourself by overthinking every dream and goal. Take one step at a time and keep placing one foot. And I'm assuming one in front of the other.
Yes.
So what made you decide to do this?
So what made me decide to do that is actually in March, I was supposed to be launching my daily encouragement cards. It was a 30-day, 31 day daily inspirational, daily encouragement. If you've ever sat in my chair, you know that I can't help myself but to, pour into people. And so I was like, let's do this, because I can't be with you every day, but I can definitely give you some encouragement through that. And since we were quarantined, I'm like, yeah, let me go ahead. And even though
Yeah.
I can't get these things out to people individually just yet, I'm about to go ahead and post this on my story every single day. It was also an opportunity for me, because anybody that has created something, like, you get it first, right? So you feel it first. You feel all the feels and go through all the processes first. So it definitely blessed me to say, no, girl, we about to get up every day. We gonna make sure we good. We gonna do what we need to do for our bodies, for our mind. And you can't just talking, you actually have to live it out. And so this is a part of that. It's like, show up every day. Yes, things are hard. Yes, things are difficult and uncomfortable and not like normal, but show up every day. And when you show up, something's going to happen. Okay. And when you show up in a great way, in a good way, good things come out of it. So it's sowing seeds, that's for sure.
Okay, all right. And as a business owner, you basically pretty much touched on it, but as a business owner, what advice can you share with others during this time of isolation? Like, just, because I feel I get some, for me, I still get sad, but knowing that a lot of people are losing their jobs and things of that sort. But I just like, let me just try to do my part. Let me try to do my part and be positive, and encourage people and my friends that may be feeling some type of way about they're not sure. Let me just pray for them. The people that I know that have been sick or have already passed from being sick, I pray for them and their families. What is it that you can tell people, because the whole purpose of this is just like to rebuild. Like, how would you define rebuilding right now, and a piece of advice with that?
Okay. I have to say my faith. I have to say my faith, and not even just my faith and where I am currently today, but where my faith has brought me up until today. So I can literally look back at my life and see where I have had traumatic times, like difficult, high intense times where I was just looking crazy and like, okay, how am I going to make it out of this situation? And that kind of propelled me to the next thing. And that next thing was actually a good thing. And I learned a lot from it. And it was a blessing and it was triumph there. But then I propelled into another like deep, traumatic thing. So life, that's a part of life. Like, things keep happening. One thing's for sure is that change is going to happen in life. And we don't get to decide what that change is, or else we would be making it good for us all the time, right? One thing I do know too is when you apply pressure to a situation or to your, like with life, when it applies pressure, like you get sharpened. For me, right? Like I get sharpened, and I know that it's, like I said, because of my faith, and then my community. I got a squad that I'm like, they like, look, sis, what you need, like what you need, how you need us to flow. And then on those days where I'm low, they're building me up. And then on days that they're low, I'm building them up. And so making sure that I keep what I'm listening to, what I'm watching, like I'm not pouring into myself negativity. I'm pouring into myself positivity. That I'm looking for ways, even though I'm out of work, my business is shut down, I'm looking for ways to bless people. I'm looking for ways to, propel to the next thing, because this ain't gonna last always.
That's true.
And so it's going to be, another triumphing time, even though, yes, people are hurting, people are losing their jobs. I am one of those people that, I'm down, but I'm also in another mindset of what's to come, what is to come. Like, I know that I won't be here for forever, so I might as well prepare. One thing that we got right now, we got time.
That's true.
And a lot of people have been so busy, they get on this cycle, and they're like, I want to learn a new skill. I don't like my job. I don't like the situation that I'm in. I don't like my financial situation. Well, now it's like, now is the time. You got time. Things have kind of slowed down for you to kind of sit and say, okay, what do I need to do on the flip side of this? Another thing to look at is, what else can I do? So I do nails, but what else can I do? Okay, I can do encouragement. I can show up on social media with encouragement. Okay, I don't have any clients, but I have tools. I can ship those tools out and get them to my community so that they can have hand and foot care. Show up with what you do have, as opposed to focusing on what you don't. And I think that is the difference between those who get to where they are purposed to get to, and then those who stop and those who quit. And so, yeah.
Okay.
That's where I am.
All right. What are you learning about yourself right now during this time, during the season of isolation?
Oh, what am I learning about myself? I am learning that in previous seasons, I didn't know how to sit still. I didn't know how to, slow down. I felt like I always had something to do, but I am just embracing the sit still, the peace, the sitting down, and just, yeah, there's a trillion things to do, but right now you don't have to do them.
Yeah, I don't feel as rushed like I used to. It's like, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. And it's like, I still have, my clients and things for the writing business. And then of course I'm doing this for KDW because the studio closed down. So I was like, okay, well, let's do it. Let's do something else.
Yes.
But it's kind of like I can set my schedule and kind of go at my own pace, with the exception of the writing part. But it has been quite peaceful.
Yes. Yes. And I think that it helps me think better because it is so peaceful, and because things have slowed down, I can actually make a reasonable decision and realize how much unnecessary stuff that I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have a moment to think of a new way to do something, so I kept doing it, and then I was tiring out myself. So it's like you getting an opportunity to work smarter and not harder, and that's one of the things that I've definitely learned about myself.
Okay. My last question is, what are your future plans when you reopen?
Yes, so a team, honey. I will no longer be just me, being the teammate of Painted and Polished Nail Studio. I'm definitely working on growing, and I'm just believing that Painted and Polished will come back better than where we started, and it's going to be good. I'm grateful for that, for the opportunity. So right now, when it is time for me to focus on the business while we have been down, I have taken those times to make steps to get to what it looks like to grow a team. So I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, well, I definitely I'm going to come check you out.
Yes.
Because I need some help.
Yes. Yes.
I need a lot of help.
Yes.
But I'm so grateful. Thank you for taking this interview and talking to me. Let me put my little thing there. Look, I've been working.
Oh, nice. You got all the things. I love
it. You guys, but thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So you guys, make sure you follow Jeanita's business at Painted Polished on IG and Facebook. Check out her website at www.paintedpolished.com. And she's right now. You want me to give out your address or just have them go there? Because I got your address right here.
Yeah, they could just go to the site. I'm located in North Dallas and McKinney, y'all. So if you're in this North Dallas area, let me know. And even if you are not in this area, I am all about connecting nail technicians to clients and making sure you get the hand and foot care you deserve. So don't hesitate to reach out.
All right. Well, thank you so much again, and I appreciate it. And I'll let you know when this interview goes up.
Thank you so much, Erin, for having me. Thank you. I appreciate you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, you guys, that was a great interview. I hope you guys are going to take care of yourself. Still, make sure you practice, take some of the tips that Jeanita gave you guys. Make sure you check her out. And you guys have a good night and stay safe.